What's good, people? What is up? What is they went from the fourth level of hell and sent us down to the seventh level of hell. Why? Because then you got Kwanzaa pulling out her titties. The whore pulled out her titties. And these whore bags over here started feeling and fondling on her tits. Mike,
I don't have it to do with you. Girl, you can go over there, rant and rave. Girl, you can shake all your rainbow bright hair all you want, dear one. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I don't have nothing to do with you, and I'm done. Baby, you can scream my name from the rooftops from now till Jesus come back. I'm done after this.
Introduced to Tick's meat. Do you see what I see? Did y'all really hello, casting, wardrobe, y'all let him roll up out of wardrobe with these fans on, giving us all of this, thinking we were not going to see it? We have been waiting with bated breath and anticipating all season long for the slightest glimpse, and y'all just put it out there this episode in all of its magnificent glory.
Listen, that young man said, baby, you ate on this first date, you giving up the cooch on the first date, okay? Well, you gonna run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. That's how I do theme song. That is the new song. Listen, somebody need to put a beat to that. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. That's what y'all got going on.
Called out Sandcastle. Sand, bitch. Ow. Oh my God, it was so funny, girl. Ooh, baby, listen, let me tell you something. This shit started to turn into the precursor for some gay porn. That's what I thought it was. Because Big T is getting all, the voice starting to go deeper and get a little more wet and moist and sentimental and all this shit. And it was real gay at this point. Like, I thought the bitches was gonna, I thought Lil Murder was gonna turn Big T around and do him like he did Uncle Cliff and do the grease it up with City Lou and ran right in there. It's not a coincidence that Big T started off the conversation by trying to find out if Lil Murder was fucking Mercedes, which he found out he's not. It's also not a coincidence that he would start talking about prison. Why? Because the bitches was probably fucking in prison. Girl. Uncle Clifford, you better go get your man. Big T got plans for that. Well, he had it on look like something Big Bird vomited up or something like that. Like, I did not like it. That Big Bird couture he was going for, it did not work. Like the pastor of a gay mega church on Easter Sunday. Okay, it was way too much sequins. He had on way too much makeup. Baby, his face looked like Yala Van Zap's neckline. Okay, just way too much makeup, clumped here everywhere on his face. Get it together, sweetheart. And you're a big girl, so that gives you a whole lot of canvas. So that was a whole lot of makeup, honey. And Rico looked like he was auditioning to be one of the three kings, or he was auditioning to be the main character on Jesus Christ Superstar. Girl, Wayne, did you have on a blue thong or a blue G-string or something? If you did, I want to see it. Get me up in my DMs, I do want to see if you have some blue thong or a blue Josh or something like that. I'd love to see it. Anyway, but I liked it with the turtleneck. Now, Troy.
All right. Jesus Christ, superstar. Jesus Christ, superstar. What's going on, y'all? What is going on? What is going on? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? I ain't did my what up in a long time because I haven't had any reviews in a while, and I haven't had any reason to make a video. Hold on, y'all. Let me clean my camera. Make sure my camera clean. But yeah, y'all. I'm here. That's 3 days in a row. Don't tell me nothing. Don't complain to me about nothing. Today makes 3 days in a row. So when I have to go back out of town, I don't want to hear nothing. This is day 3 in a row. Don't say that I'm not here for y'all and giving the people what they want. I'm gonna get me some. Have me another Powerade. I got these 2 8-packs. It was 2 for $8. I had 2 8-packs, which means they was $1 each one. So, well, no, 50 cents each one, right? Yeah, that make it 50 cents. Anyway, we here. All right, camera should be clean. We got our Powerade. Even though I want Gatorade, but the Powerade was cheaper, so I got that. It'll suffice. The dossier is done. I will say this. It's not a whole lot in the dossier today. Y'all know how that is when it ain't a lot in the dossier. It's about to get crazy up in here. Anyway, let me post on my community wall that we are live. Somebody put in the members only chat that we are live. And yeah. How is your Wednesday? Wednesdays are always very busy days for me. Dear God above. They seem like they never end. What you booing about already, Tracy? We just got here. God, you already booing. Dear Lord. But see, Tracy, that's a good day. When we got a bunch of people who we don't see it for, that means we about to have a lot of fun. Ooh, my face look real oily today. That means we about to have a lot of fun. Let me say hey to y'all. God, Tracy coming here with her foolery. Hey, Tracy W, member. We got Tracy C. So the Doubleman twins are here. Hey, Volvo. Hey, So Jeff Hall Monitor. Morgan is here. Yana is here. One of my good members, Yana is here. Hey, Lemon Kush Pepper. Hey, Boo. Monk Chip, one of my great members, is here. Hey, Boo. Jason in the building. You know, y'all go ahead and come in. Come in. Come in. Oh boy, Tracy. Oh dear God, Montrez. Hey boo. Black Empress. What's good, my love? Y'all are up in here. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? I ain't even seen the press conference, girl. Oh God, it's too much. Too much. Too much. Too much. It's too much. Entirely too much. Okay. Gee. Anyway, so I don't even have no snacks. I got these cookies that somebody gave me the other day. I should try them out. Y'all want me to try out these cookies? Hold on, y'all. Let me get them for y'all. I had them sitting over here on this thing, and somebody gave it to me the other day. They are milk chocolate coated butter cookies. Now I'm not a fan. I'm not a big chocolate fan. So let's see how this go. I got my. Hey, so Jeff. I got my Powerade to wash it down if they don't taste good. But somebody gave this to me the other day. I'm not excited about. Did they melt? Oh boy, it looked like they already kind of melted. The chocolate kind of melted a little bit. Oh dear God, this doesn't seem like it's gonna go well. Oh dear God. They said Lizzo told them, you know, dancers get fired for gaining too much weight. Child, I told y'all just want to tackle Lizzo. No, we're gonna save Lizzo. We're gonna save Lizzo. We ain't gonna do Lizzo first. We're gonna do good programming here. You never do the big stories first. Now we can't do the Lizzo story. Child, these things are melted together. Girl, boom. Oh, oh, it broke. Oh, boom. There goes that plan. Oh, that's like too much chocolate for me. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Like I taste the butter cookie part, but it's too much chocolate. And it ain't even got that much chocolate in it. But for my blood, I'll throw that out later when we get off. I'll have to go throw that in the garbage. She won't be eating. Hey, little baby, one of my trusted members. You on your way home, boo? I see you. Xavier in the building. Xavier is a hall monitor. Xavier, see, I'm not gonna be late today. Late bell today is at 5:40. We ain't gonna even give them no time. They got 10 minutes. Y'all got 10 minutes to get y'all life in order. 10 minutes. What do you want from me? 10 minutes. Get your life in order. We're not doing all of this. We're not going through all of this. We're not. It's Wednesday. 8,000 word essay. There it is. Find somebody to play with. It's Wednesday. You got 10 minutes, and late bell will be at 5:40. At 5:41, the late bell would have rang. You will be late at 5:41. You'll be receiving an 8,000 word essay. Hall monitors, monitor the doors. Please monitor the doors. Hall monitors. We ain't got that type of time. I'm just saying. Now, I done gave you 3 days in a row. I ain't missed a day. Y'all better tell the people to get up in here. We in here. Yeah. Where's my dossier? Oh dear God. I thought I pressed send on that. Dear God. Anyway, 8,000 words so Jeff. I listen, and y'all know so Jeff, because we're gonna have to talk about Beyonce a little bit in here today. He and Xavier here. So Jeff is gonna probably make that him between him and Xavier and them probably going on and on and on about Beyonce is probably gonna make that essay go up to 20K. I'm telling you now, if they if they get on my nerves with Beyonce today, baby, listen, baby shark, do. We going up to 20,000 words on this good essay. I'm not playing with y'all today. I'm not doing this because they gonna force feed Beyonce. Now y'all know how I said it was too much chocolate, and I'm over here reaching for these cookies again because they kind of do have a good taste. I think what I have to do is I have to eat them like all together because see, it's like 3 cookies, right? And they like melted together. This person probably had it sitting in their car, and you know it's 1,000,000 degrees outside. Hey, Jay Parrish. And so they probably melted together. So it's like 3 of the cookies melted together. It's actually good. I don't like a lot of chocolate, so it had a tad too much chocolate for my blood, but I can still manage it. Hold on. You see I'm over here still eating, right? My fat ass. Mm, mm. Okay. That's doable. Hmm. Hmm. Listen, I need ice cream. I got some popsicles. I think I got some Talenti salted caramel. I think I got some Talenti salted caramel in there. That might go. Listen, y'all know that Talenti ice cream. She hit different. She don't even play around. Mm-mm. Baby, that Talenti do not play around. Mm, mm. It's actually pretty good. All right, let me look. I got 2 sugar spike moments today. I got 2 sugar spike stories today. I told y'all the dossier today was real life. Hey, Cams, I'm glad you got in here on time. Cam, it's another hall monitors. The hall monitors are in here today. Y'all better act right because the hall monitors are alive and in effect. They will gather you. Please don't get gathered by the hall monitors. They will gather you. Hey, Harold. Hey, Boo. Look at Jeff already got the bees in the chat. I'm not doing this with Jeff. Dear God. Mm, mm. All right. Let's get our sugar spike stories out of the way first, and then we can talk about the other stuff. All right. We've been doing good doing our sugar spike stories first so we can get them out the way and then be a little more light toward the end of the show. Ladies and gentlemen, non-gender conforming members of our audience, it is officially now time for your sugar spike segment.
Oh, God. You see, this is the part that I like.
Major sugar spike.
So long, well, I want to fight. Daddy gave me, yeah. his only begotten Son.
Major sugar spike.
And who shall ever believe?
Major sugar spike.
They shall not perish, but have everlasting life.
Taste the biscuit.
Caught me taking another bite. I took another bite of the cookie. It does have a good taste when it lingers on the palate. I'm just being honest. My fat ass over here taking another bite. Oh God. I should have played our good friend Larry Myers twice so we can get through it. Anyway, so in our first sugar spike story, as I try to inconspicuously down this piece of cookie. Child, little baby, we diving deep into the deep into the pool, honey. Child, we diving head first, deep into the pool. We traveled to the great state of Kansas. Let me read this to you. Trigger warning. Hey, Jay Wash. No essay for Jay Wash today. Jay Wash say he ain't having no essay today. Tanya say you eating on that cookie while I'm sweating in the gym. Listen, Tanya, I love you, girl. I love you, girl. Get it in for us. Get it in for us, Tanya. Please, girl. Good, Tanya, you're supposed to go to the gym either early in the morning or late at night because you sweat enough pounds just walking to your car this time of day. Ain't nobody in no gym this time of day. It's like 8,000 degrees outside. Baby, you have to wait till the sun go down or before it get too high in the sky. Baby, it's either before 10 o'clock or after 8 o'clock. Anything between that, ain't no gym. You're sweat enough walking to and from your car. Anyway, Harold said we rebuke them essays. Everybody on time today. I know that's right. If you are here, now is a good time to drop out the bushes. It's 5:30. It's 5:37. We still got 2+ minutes, 3 minutes or so, 2+ minutes now before late bell. I would drop out of the bushes now to save yourself the 8,000 word essay. Let me go ahead and read this title for you. Kansas father sentenced after 2-year-old daughter died because he was, quote, intoxicated and passed out in his bed for days on end, end quote. There's your title. Hey, Yvette. Hey, boo. The people say they're not getting no essays today. The people say you won't be giving us no essays today. I'm okay with that. Let me read this to you because it's sickening and disgusting. A Kansas father was sentenced to almost 57 years in prison for the 2021 death of his 2-year-old daughter. Around 10 a.m. on January 5th, 2021, police responded to a home in Topeka, Kansas, after receiving a call about an unresponsive child. Once at the scene, officers found Jeffrey Exxon's 2-year-old daughter, Aurora, unresponsive, cold to the touch, with an appearance that she had been dead for several days. Aurora was last seen alive on December 26, 2020. She died from malnutrition, but when Exxon, who's 47 years old, called 911 on January 5th, he reportedly said his daughter was, quote, starving herself, end quote. That's what he told the 911 operator. During the trial, Deputy District Attorney Bethany Lee said Exxon was, quote, intoxicated and passed out in bed for days on end quote, which led to Aurora's death. This is a mess. Aurora's brother also spoke at the trial, saying their father kept them in their room for days on end and didn't give them anything to eat because he was sleeping. Police searched the home during the investigation and found multiple empty alcohol bottles in Exxon's room. Court documents said Aurora appeared to be in rigor mortis, stiffening of muscles, which usually sets in 12 hours after death. At the preliminary hearing, several people, including Exxon's brother, testified saying Exxon had a drinking problem and he would forget to feed his children and care for them. This is a whole mess. In April, Exxon was convicted of first-degree murder in the commission of a felony, aggravated child endangerment, reckless but unintentional second-degree murder, and failure by a parent to report the death of a child in connection. On July 28th, a judge sentenced Exxon to 56 years and 11 months. Now, wait a minute, Judge. We're going to get back to Mr. Exxon in a minute. 56 years, 11 months. Like, I'm trying to figure out why the 11 months? Why not just say life in prison? Why not just say 57 years, but 56 years, 11 months? Girl, I can't. Is that the whole story? Yeah, that's the whole story. Listen, what do y'all want? I can confirm the father does appear to be of the race and ethnic group descended from the Caucasus Mountains. If you were wondering, yes, he is of that race that is descended from the Caucasus Mountains. What did you expect? Mm, 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 mm. I have no words. I have no words. There's nothing I could tell you. I have no words, none at all. I don't know where the mother is. I don't know if the mother is still alive or even in the children's life. I have no idea. I have no words. I hope every horrible thing that can happen to him in prison actually happens. Because for that 2-year-old child to basically probably starve to death, because first of all, for you to call 911 and say that a 2-year-old is starving themselves to death, I don't know how. Does a 2-year-old even know how to starve themselves to death? Like, I'm trying to make sense of this. I'm not, because if I fixate on it, my mind is going to get triggered. Nope, we're not doing this. I'm just telling y'all what's going on in these yet to be United States of America. I just report these things. I mean, in more sugar spiky news, where's this story at? Come on. Where did you go? Come on. Anyway, yeah, I don't know what y'all want from me. Um, like I don't understand the concept of a 2 year old starving themselves. I don't even understand that. Let me read this story. This is the headline: Rudy Giuliani's alleged racist and homophobic remarks exposed in sexual harassment lawsuit. Here's the story. Newly filed transcripts found that Rudy Giuliani made a number of racist, homophobic, and sexually explicit remarks to his sexual harassment accuser. In a sudden development to come after Noel Dunphy filed a $3.1 million sexual harassment lawsuit against Giuliani earlier this year. The 43-year-old alleged victim filed a series of transcripts in court on Monday. The initial lawsuit alleged that Giuliani regularly exhibited erratic behavior while under the influence of alcohol, exposed himself without consent, demanded sexual favors from Dunphy, and made sexist and racist remarks. First of all, him exposing whatever he got going on down there is enough for y'all to pay that woman 3 times as much as y'all trying to pay her. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. If y'all don't, that's enough right there. Let me move on. Giuliani denied the allegations and smeared Dunphy over the accusations. He also demanded that certain portions of the lawsuit be removed and that Dunphy and her lawyer be sanctioned. However, on Monday, Dunphy and her lawyers responded by submitting audio transcripts that directly contradicted Giuliani's denials. The transcripts contained a series of shockingly vile remarks, as well as evidence of disturbing and creepy advances toward Dunphy. In one particularly shocking quote from the transcripts, Giuliani is heard saying, "Jewish men have small cocks because they can't use them after they get married, whereas the Italian use them all their lives, so they get bigger." End quote. I don't know what y'all want from me. I'm just reading what the man said. This is in the transcript, okay? The transcripts is what I'm reading, okay? What do you want from me? I can't make this stuff up. The man has said that Jewish men, let me read it, quote, "Jewish men have small cocks because they can't use them after they get married, whereas Italian use them all their lives, so they get bigger." End quote. That is what Rudy Giuliani said, not me. Don't put me into this. I'm just reading the story, okay? There's nothing to do with me. Continuing on, Giuliani also expressed his frustration with Jewish people observing Passover, stating that they should, quote, "get over the Passover," end quote, because it happened 3,000 years ago. The transcripts also included Giuliani making derogatory comments about actor Matt Damon, as well as lewd comments directed towards Dunphy herself. Quote, "Matt Damon is an F-bomb," and that's the F-bomb that rhymes with rag. Okay? Yes. Matt Damon is a F-bomb, is a rag. We're just going to say rag, but replace the R with an F. That's what Giuliani said. He also said Matt Damon is also 5'2", eyes are blue, coochie coochie. I mean, coochie 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 coo. End quote. This is what the man said. The man said, here is the transcript. Matt Damon is a rag. Matt Damon is 5'2", eyes are blue, coochie 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 coo. I'm just reading what the man wrote. I don't know what you want from me. That's a quote from the transcript. In another instance, Giuliani is quoted as saying to Dunphy, quote, "Come here, big tits. Your tits belong to me. Give them to me. I want to claim my tits. These are my tits. End quote. You couldn't grab on the tits that you probably have on your own body because we all know you got a set of knockers over there because your body ain't built right. Somebody go over there and sit down with Yvette and show Yvette where we at. I don't think Yvette is live with us. I think Yvette is behind in the programming. Somebody go over there and go over there. One of the hall monitors go over there to Yvette's desk and show her where we at in on today's lesson because Yvette is behind us. Meanwhile, Giuliani's spokesman, Ted Goodman, has since released a statement in which he claimed that Giuliani's relationship with Dunphy was consensual. Goodman also questioned Dunphy's motives for filing the lawsuit. Quote, it's disappointing to see some so-called journalists stoop so low with these smears and attacks against a man who has dedicated his life to serving others. Mayor Giuliani cleaned up the streets of New York City, took down the mafia, and and com- and comforted the nation following September 11th. End quote. Mayor Giuliani is also a pariah. Mayor Giuliani is also vile, and Mayor Giuliani is also the least of us. Giuliani's legal troubles extend beyond the $3.1 million harassment lawsuit filed by Dunphy in May. He was recently identified as a co-conspirator in the recent indictment of Donald Trump by the Justice Department for his role in attempting to overturn the results of the 2020 election. Although Giuliani himself has not been charged, the special counsel's office has stated that they are still investigating the individuals involved in the effort. Listen, all of that we see in this transcript, I believe all of it. I mean, this is Rudy Giuliani. He's one of the most heinous and vile individuals out here. Him, Steve Bannon, Donald Trump, Stephen Miller, all of these people in that whole vortex of fuck shit and fuckery, they belong in the what did Hillary call it? The basket of deplorables, the box of deplorables. They're all mixed into that deplorables concoction over there. These are some of the worst people walking the face of the planet. Let's just be clear. There are no redeeming qualities about Rudy Giuliani. None. There are no redeeming qualities about y'all's former president, Donald John Trump. None. Pay that woman her money. Pay that woman her money. I mean, Giuliani, I don't know if it's the hair dye or whatever the hell it is, but bruh, you got some serious issues going on over there, Rudy Giuliani. You need to get your life in order. Get your life in order. I'm just saying. Lovely 31 Blueprint says she never cared for him, even when she lived in New York. Hey, Lovely Blueprint, I didn't even see you sneak in here. Hall monitors, monitor the doors. Hall monitors, monitor the doors. Hey, Lovely 31 Blueprint. I wouldn't have liked him either. He went over there bothering the girls when they was over there at the bookstores down in Lower Manhattan. You know, Lower Manhattan used to have a lot of adult bookstores and stuff like that. And he went over there chasing all of the girls out of the bathrooms and the bookstores over there. And the people was over there minding their business, not bothering no goddamn body. He ain't shit. He ain't shit. He needs to get his teeth bleached too. He makes way too much money for them to look the way. Child. He is responsible for stop and frisk and all of that dumb shit. All of it. All of it. All of it. In our last sugar spiky story, I thought I had two, I had three. In our last sugar spike story, I'm sorry, LeBron, but you and your people, y'all are in our sugar spike segment. Get over it. So this is an update to the story that I gave y'all. Um, when did I give that? Monday. The story that we did on Monday about LeBron James' school, because we break the news here. We do it first, and everybody wanted to report on it yesterday after we had already, reported on. Anyway, here's another update. So now, a spokesperson for LeBron James's the LeBron James Family Foundation has responded after these reports came out about every single eighth grader failing their math state math exam 3 years in a row, every single one. They so in their response, they are asserting that their plan was to invest in the students long term. Here's the exact quote. When we started this work to wrap around students through education, we entered this partnership with Akron Public Schools for the long haul. Because this work requires a long term commitment, hard work, and a lot of love and care. And that's what we bring each and every day because the I Promise School is more than a school. End quote. Listen, let me keep going. The spokesperson reiterated their commitment to standing alongside their at risk students through, I hate that this thing keeps jumping, through the ups and downs to ensure their success later in life. One of the biggest downs was the COVID-19 pandemic, which affected students and faculty nationwide, many of whom are still trying to find their footing to this day. There, there's the blame game. There's the blame game. You see it right there, right? The I Promise School opened in 2018, and this thing keeps jumping. Why does this thing keep jumping? I don't like this. Um, Stupid ads. The I Promise School opened in 2018, and per the New York Times, test scores increased significantly in just 1 year for these students who at the time were in third grade. These students are doing an unbelievable job, better than we all expected. That's what LeBron James said back in 2019 after they got that first year of test scores. When we first started, people knew I was opening a school for kids. Now people are going to really understand the lack of education they had before they came to our school. People are going to finally understand what goes on behind our doors. That was his quote right after that first year when they had that significant jump. Child, here's what the principal says now, some years later, quote, we are reigniting dreams that were extinguished. A mess. Um, let me let me keep reading the principal's statement. One of the things I'm most excited about coming into the I Promise School is the optimism and energy around getting our students to a level of achievement we know they're capable of. At the recent board meeting, our preliminary OST data was shared, but it's important to note that proficiency isn't based on mastering grade level standards. Our standards have not yet met the grade level mastery mark, but they are demonstrating growth based on iReady scores. End quote. And then she goes on to say, of our incoming eighth graders, 32% met their annual typical growth in reading, while 11 met their stretch goal for the year. Despite not mastering this grade level standards, 42% of students demonstrated growth in iReady math across their seventh grade school year. When working with students who are achieving below grade level, Growth is as important as a measure of progress as proficiency. And the type of growth that is important to us is not made overnight. It takes time. Let me stop reading. I'm not here for none of this fuck shit. You're talking to someone who has expertise in education, has expertise in curriculum, in disaggregating data, setting curriculums, phenomenal growth. Y'all are trying to feed the people bullshit. Because if you tell me 0% made mastery, zero, 3 years straight, not a single student for 3 years straight, we don't want to hear nothing about, oh, the pandemic. Oh, we in it for the long haul. Oh, it's about the progress. You know, it's a lot of people who, when little Laura, because I'm gonna stop saying little Johnny and little Lasha Quante, I'm gonna say when little Laura and little Brett don't meet the requirements and don't make mastery, then you hear all of these parents, community leaders, and all of this stuff. Oh, we're over testing the kids. Oh, it shouldn't be about test scores. Oh, it should just be about them, the progress, because some of them want students to simply go to school and just be passed along. That's not how life works. We have to be able to have some way of assessing the progress of a student. Now, there are many different ways to assess the progress of a student. It doesn't have to be an objective test, every time. It could be a portfolio based, it could be a number of different ways, but there must be some way to assess whether or not the students have mastered the skills. I'm going to give you a perfect example. Doctors have to take exams, don't they? You got to take the MCAT in order to pass to get into medical school, right? If you're a lawyer, you got to take the LSAT to go to law school. I shudder to believe that you're going to start saying, oh, my oncologist over there, oh, you didn't pass your MCATs that you're supposed to take to get it up. Don't worry about it. As long as you show progress while you were in medical school, it's okay. Oh, you're doing surgery, open heart surgery. Oh, and you didn't pass your exam. It's okay. You're just a bad test taker. It's perfectly fine. Come right over here and you can help me, with this, and you can perform this heart surgery on me. Out there, and some people gonna say, well, L Teddy, that's an extreme. Everybody's not a heart surgeon or an oncologist. I'm gonna take you to your local McDonald's or Burger King. Oh, McDonald's worker, you couldn't pass the serve safe test that they need you to pass in order to make sure that when you're cooking and flipping these burgers and frying these fries, that they meet the standards that they need to be met in order so my ass don't get sick. Oh, it's okay that you didn't pass that test. Just go ahead and fix it however you want. Your progress is enough. And now my ass over here with violent projectile style diarrhea because they couldn't pass the test, telling them that you can't keep my food at this temperature. See, this is what I'm talking about. The shit rings hollow when you start to get into the real world. So when you set up students to say, don't worry about taking the test. Oh, no, you never have to master that test. Oh, no, you'll never be assessed on whether or not you've learned what happened here. Then this shit starts to trickle. It has a trickle up effect, not trickle down, because it's going to trickle up to when they get older in life. Because when you go to the workforce, because education in K through 12 is supposed to be preparing you for both the workforce and or for college. And if you cannot show that you have mastered whatever it was that you were supposed to be taught through some form of assessment, you're going to find yourself in a bit of trouble. That's a life. Get over it. Let me see what y'all talking about. What y'all talking about. Yeah. See what we talking about. Yvette say she done caught up. She done caught up. That's just a new age, no child left behind. Morgan, that's why you have to wait till the dust settles with stuff. It's all the hype at the start, but once folks get comfortable, you got to see exactly. They was all happy and hyping it up that first year. Now look at you. He's about to go all the chaos you do off is about to chaos you start. It's Lasha Quante. I actually had a student named Lasha Quante. Don't do that. She was a real nice girl. That was my girl, Lasha Quante. She was real nice too. She was a real nice girl. When is this gonna stop? Gonna not look like crap? Long haul, long right. They got all of these excuses. Teachers have to pass tests for my point exactly, Crispies. Shout out to Crispies and my other fellow educators in the audience. Shout out to y'all. It feels like cash grab. We all know government funding is loosely regulated. Child. Child. You won't even get looked at to work at Dillard's without passing the math portion of the app. I mean, come on now. These kids can't carry ones. Right, they don't know. Well, you know this new math. They don't even do to carry the one no more. They got this new version of math. I can't even figure it out. I don't even know nothing about it. I saw my little nephew doing it. I was like, ooh, ooh. But LeBron, you and your whole foundation and the Akron public school system, y'all need to go back to the drawing board and redo that. Fire everybody. Fire it. Look like they got a new principal, but the whole faculty needs to go. Mhm. And the other thing about it is some of those students, not all of them, but you may even need to consider whether that program is beneficial to even some of those students. Because if you keep at it 3 years, 3 years of lost education in math means that if we're being honest, statistics in education and pedagogy says that amount of years lost in math, they will never regain that. You could never regain that. They will be lifelong. Um, they will be, for the probably the duration of their life, horrible in math, horrible, have a fear of math. That's what the statistics and the pedagogy says. Or who the hell am I? Anyway, let's get to our other news of the day. We'll get to our headliners in just a bit. Let me get to this. Let me get to this first story. So listen, y'all. All right. Leah Remini, excuse me, I said Renna. Leah Remini, star of King of Queens, um, she is suing the Church of Scientology for harassment and defamation. Let me read this to you. Leah Remini has filed an expansive lawsuit against the Church of Scientology and its leader, David Mascovich, for harassment, defamation, surveillance, and other unlawful behavior resulting in psychological torture. The 53-year-old actor, who joined Scientology as a child in 1979 and left in 2013, that was 10 years ago, ma'am. Anyway, claims the organization's mob-style operations and attacks have significantly affected her life and career. Here's what she said in a press release issued today. Quote, for 17 years, Scientology and David Mascovich have subjected me to what I believe to be psychological torture, defamation, surveillance, harassment, and intimidation, significantly impacting my life and career. I believe I am not the first person targeted by Scientology and its operations, but I intend to be the last. End quote. Remini filed the bombshell 60-page lawsuit in the California Superior Court on Wednesday, which is today, in an attempt to require Scientology and any entity it controls and funds to cease and desist its alleged practice of harassment, defamation, and other unlawful conduct against anyone who Scientology has labeled as an enemy. End quote. The suit claims the organization orchestrated a pattern of coordinated and malicious assaults after Remini's departure, including public claims that she was abusive toward her mother and daughter and that she had made racist statements. The King of Queens star is seeking compensatory and punitive damages for the alleged harm inflicted on her life and livelihood by the Church of Scientology and its leadership. Here's more of what she said in her statement. Quote, with this lawsuit, I hope to protect my rights as afforded by the Constitution of the United States to speak the truth and report the facts about Scientology. I feel strongly that the banner of religious freedom does not give anyone license to intimidate, harass, and abuse those who exercise their First Amendment rights. End quote. Remini has been a public critic of Scientology for several years after her break with the Los Angeles-based organization. In 2016, she co-created and executive produced a documentary called Leah Remini, Scientology and the Aftermath, which won 2 Emmy Awards and ran for 3 seasons. Last November, she testified on behalf of the Oscar-winning writer and director Paul Haggis in his civil rape trial. She argued that the church was behind the allegations against the Crash director, who left Scientology in 2009. After the trial ended in a hung jury, Remini posted a lengthy statement on Twitter accusing Mascovich of covering up sexual harassment and assault within the church. Quote, Scientology was responsible for reporting these crimes to civil authorities, but did no such thing. Instead, it covered them up. Scientology and its evil leader, David Mascovich, obstructed justice and participated in a conspiracy to cover up these crimes. They have done this many other times in cases of rape and other sexual misconduct. End quote. Baby Leah Remini say she's mad and she ain't gonna take it no more. She also per the per her press releases, Mama is not playing with them. She is not playing with them. Per her press release, she said, quote, that they have something called OSA Network Orders, which is a series of directives from Scientology's founder, the late L. Ron Hubbard, and that these OSA Network Orders institutionalized a series of retaliatory actions to be taken against any individual, organization, or business or government entity that Scientology declares as an enemy. Under the organization's rules, directives originating from Hubbard cannot be changed. Remini alleges that a series of attacks meant to obliterate and totally restrain and muzzle her were activated by OSA and their operatives. The lawsuit details alleged coordinated campaigns by the church levied against her and her family, friends, and business associates. Listen, now if you talk to people who have been in the Church of Scientology, they'll tell you this is regular shit for them. Like, those people are certifiable. They are, listen, they're elitist, and they like to have people in the Church of Scientology that got a little bit of change. They don't just want no regular people. You got to have a little bit of money to go over there to the Church of Scientology. They don't even play like that, Baby, if you ain't got some coins to rub together, baby, they don't want no parts of you. So that's why you see some of the Hollywood elites, and you see a lot of well-to-do, posh people that go and join the Church of Scientology, and it's all good and all of that stuff when you first get in. But listen, when you start to see through they fuck shit and you try to get out, baby, they're not here for it. They ain't here for none of it. They ain't here for none of it. And they will. There is documented cases of people saying that they were harassed, that their family was harassed, that there were frivolous lawsuits done for them, that they will put stories out in the media that were willfully untrue, all kinds of stuff. I don't know, Miss Remedy. Listen, I can believe it, Xavier. It's from what people say about the Church of Scientology, it looks like something that's all here for all parts of tax evasion and money laundering. Baby, I don't know what to tell you. People have been, screaming from the rooftop for decades now, the horrors of the Church of Scientology, and people don't want to listen. Let's be clear. They ain't the only church that got some issues going on. It's a lot of churches around here that have the same scare tactics. You try to get out, and because they know if you leave, you probably going to go and start telling people some of their secrets, some of their dirty little secrets, and some of the skeletons hiding in their closets. So if you try to leave and get out of Dodge, you got another thing coming. And you got another thing. Maybe they're not just going to let you just leave like that and think it's just going to be okay and it's going to end well for you. They don't play them games. They do not play them games. Child. Well, at least for Hillsong, you ain't got to be as well off and well to do. Hillsong's just like they like you if you're young at Hillsong. Hillsong's like you young, nubile, virile. That's how they like you at Hillsong. They like the young. Scientology, they like the rich. Jehovah's Witness, they like people who can bear that heat outside, walking and knocking on people's doors. Baby, to be a Jehovah's Witness, you got to be able to carry them watchtowers and endure that goddamn heat out there. Listen, I'm from Miami, and it's always been hot in Miami. And I used to always be thinking to myself, how the hell do these people endure this goddamn heat? And they be out there in the middle of the day knocking on doors and shit. And it ain't like they be out there in shorts and a t-shirt. They be having on like church clothes and shit. Like you be like, girl, you ain't hot. Child, I remember one time my mama let the people there say, she said, y'all just look hot. Now I don't want to hear nothing y'all got to say, but y'all have a seat, have a glass of water, because y'all look real hot. Y'all is sweating it all. My grandma felt so bad for them. She did got the Bible. Baby, let me tell you what I know about Jesus. She didn't even let the people talk. Baby, let me tell you what I know about Jesus. And she went on for about 30 good minutes, gave them about 2 or 3 cups of water. Baby, when she got done, so they was like, well, let us, baby, I don't have no more to do. I got things to do. All right, go ahead. Bye-bye. And kept it moving. Ooh, I used to love my grandma. God, I miss that lady. Anyway, yeah, I don't have nothing. Listen, Leah Remedy, these are, because I wonder how many people that look like this are members of the Church of Scientology. Okay, these sound like problems for the people descended from the Caucasus Mountains. Okay, child, they was suited and booted, little baby. Grandma ain't play them games, baby. She ain't play them games. She said, baby, you look hot. Come on inside. Have a seat. Let me get you a cup of water. Now, you know what? Let me get you a cup of water, man. She screamed right up. Baby, go in there and get them a cup of water. It's 2 of them. Get 2 cups of water, 2 glasses of water. Put a lot of ice in it. Gave them some water out the faucet, baby. You weren't getting nothing water out the refrigerator. You was getting water out the faucet. Anyway, and with the listen, my grandma was an evangelist, baby. She paid them guys with to go ahead and teaching them the word. Let me tell you what I know about the Bible. She took out her Bible. If your grandma ain't got a raggedy Bible, because that means she'll read it. Every good grandma, that's a good praying grandma, her Bible ain't new and nice. Her Bible is old, raggedy, pages kind of wilted a little bit, got highlighted, got a 3/4 of the Bible highlighted, because every time she go to service on Sunday, maybe she go highlight whatever scripture that pastor read at that service. Maybe she go highlight that scripture, because she gonna go back home and read it. Okay, if your grandma ain't got a raggedy Bible and ain't got 3/4 of that Bible highlighted in various highlighted colors, you got the yellow, the pink, the orange, the green, and then if you fancy, you might have the blue highlighter too. Baby, no, if you real fancy, you even get the purple. But normally it's the yellow, the orange, or the green. You might get the pink. But when you start getting to that blue or that purple highlighter, oh, you real fancy. You real fancy. With 10 obituaries in it, yes, God, Bobo, you better know it. If your grandma ain't Bible, ain't raggedy, something wrong with your family, you gonna have a problem. Why? Why is it important for your grandma to have a raggedy Bible? I'm gonna tell you why. Because you got to have a praying grandma. If you ain't got a grandma who don't wake up every morning and immediately go into intercessory prayer like 5 in the morning for the entirety of her family, calling out every name, every child, every sister, brother, grandchild, niece, nephew, granny, all of the family, gonna call them out by name and lay them at the altar of the Lord, praying in the morning, baby, you might have a problem. That's the only reason some of us are alive. Some of us are only alive because our grandmas prayed us through, and they might be dead and gone, and we still living on the residuals of those good fervent prayers of those grandmothers that prayed for us all of them years back. I'm just telling you what I know. I'm just telling you, they got every pastor appreciation program up in there. They got every Women's Day program in there. They got every Easter Sunday program, dual day programs. When you went to go visit the church for the 3 o'clock service, they got those programs in it, baby. And those programs are like bookmarks, because it's gonna mark where that scripture was, so they can have it highlighted. Baby, they're gonna have it highlighted. Okay, they're gonna have it highlighted. Now, the problem with a lot of these Gen Zers is, if I go look at their grandma Bible, it look like it's fresh out the wrapper. That's how I know some y'all ain't wrapped tightly, because y'all ain't got no oil over y'all. You ain't got no oil over y'all. Y'all got grandma's who Bible look like it's straight out the wrapper. Baby, and then you got that one, the family Bible that don't nobody touch. You only touch the big family Bible to add a new name in that. You know, the one where you have to add the names of everybody in the family to it. Everybody don't get to touch that. That's tucked away somewhere. That's not the Bible that she used all the time. That's just for the purpose of putting the family names in there. But if your grandma ain't got that raggedy Bible, baby, that's the problem with you. That's the problem with a lot of these kids. They ain't got the family Bible. I mean, they ain't got they got the grandmas with the brand new Bibles. The brand new Bible. They don't know no better. Don't know no better. Child. Let me see what y'all saying. Do Jehovah's Witness still knock on door? Yes, they do. BKC Empress. Yes, they do. It's been years since they knocked on mines in New York. Maybe they don't in New York, but I know they still in Florida. The ones I know is deceased, and that's Isaac Hayes. I don't know anymore. Come on, City Punch. Exactly, Jay Watt. That Bible better be falling apart. The binding is, listen, worn out. Do you hear me? Worn out. If your grandma ain't got no raggedy Bible, the problem is you. My nana got a Bible and a hymnal and a quarterly. Baby, you better have all of it. All of it. 10 obituaries, Volvo. Listen, my grandma liked that yellow highlighter. Baby, she was going to have that yellow highlighter. That yellow highlighter. Baby, she was going to have her yellow highlight. She didn't play around. She liked the color coordinate. She would have, trying to tell you what I know. She didn't play by them damn highlighters. That's also her phone book. She has pieces of paper with people's numbers on. Baby, you had to learn them numbers. Do you still put Bible? Do they still? Yeah, they still got the Gideon Bibles at the hotels. I highlight my digital Bible. Um, Quit playing and have my grace Bible. Listen, you got to have that good Bible verse that you got highlighted. Them Bibles need to be passed down from just listen. Child, you know how much oil and anointing in them Bibles? Listen, you touch that Bible, you might start shouting, hey, and all the past years programs for exactly. That's why I'm still here. I'm telling you, it's those prayers, honey, baby. Them grandmas wake up every morning and they start praying, honey. Grandma, I need a social security card. It's in my Bible. Exactly, Volvo. Exactly. Baby, go get that Bible. Listen to that Bible. I'm gonna need y'all game. Enjoy the large print version. I'm gonna give y'all game. Enjoy the large print version, child. You know them grandma, they ain't like no small text. They need the big words. You know they couldn't hardly see that much, so they had to have the big words on it. The big words. Grandma is at the club. Grandmas nowadays they at the club with you, honey. The churches that have multiple services is the pastor preaching from the same. No, 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 sir. It's not the same sermon. You talk about like if they have 7 o'clock service and 10 o'clock service. The churches that I know that have 7 o'clock and 10 o'clock service, I've seen pastors do different sermons. Now I know some churches where they do the same sermon, but most of the churches that I've gone to, now I'm real selective about my churches. I don't go to everybody's church. Like I don't play them games. I don't go to everybody's church. I don't let everybody play with me. Now when it comes to church, we ain't playing them games. But the ones that I've gone to, they do have different sermons. My Bible is full of old programs. My Bible is full of old programs. My grandma got one of them big heavy Bibles. Yeah, man, that's them family Bibles. And my great grand family, but them family Bibles that get passed. That's how you know the family tree. Them family Bibles. This Chris, I'm trying to tell you, child. I also have numerous pens and highlighters in my Bible bag for the older lady. Listen, now my aunt, she like the highlighters. She like the underline with the pens. And she used to have a pen like this, right? Hold on. I keep my little book that I do my notes on for my shows. She had the pen that she always had the pen that had multiple colors on it, right? My aunt used to keep one. And then she had got the fancy one. Remember they had the real thick one, they had like 10 different colors on there. And baby, she got one of them pens and she would go to so she ain't like the highlighter, but she'll go to underlining in different colors. She thought she was fancy, honey. I told my aunt, you ain't got it like Grandma Bible. You don't know about it. Anyway, most mega churches I've been are so commercialized. The pastors preach the same message for all 3 or 4 services. Listen, that's because they don't know no better. They ain't got no oil. They don't got no oil, no anointing, no nothing. Sometimes it's the same topic, but never the same. Yeah, it should be the same sermon. So, child. Anyway, child, I don't even know how we got them. See how my notebook with the old sermon. Babe, you know they be taking up the listen. And grandmas don't play around. I'm telling you. If your grandma Bible is nice, there's the problem. There is the problem. So let's get down to some of these hot topics for today. So let me get one of y'all favorite girls, knock her down. So Robin Dixon is in the news because in part 2 of the Nene Leakes and Carlos King interview, Nene Leakes said that Robin Dixon was not a star. Robin then took to Instagram and said, because somebody asked her on her Instagram story, what are your thoughts on Nene calling you and Giselle starless? And Robin says, speaking for myself only, she's right. I'm not a star. I'm a very regular, normal ass person who just happens to be on a reality show. So no offense taken at all. I do find it strange that I'm even mentioned in that conversation, though. I find it strange that you're mentioned in the conversation as well, Robin. Nobody wants to mention you, which proves that Nene, your relevance has waned. This speaks more to Nene and her irrelevance than it does to the fact that everybody with ears and eyes, every sighted person, every person that has the ability to hear and see Robin Dixon knows that she's, as they said in the interview, starless. Knows that she don't belong on a goddamn television screen anywhere across America. We all know that. But the fact that you have to use Robin Dixon in your commentary shows the irrelevance that you have. Nobody ever wants to talk about Robin Dixon, especially if the show ain't on. The show ain't even on. We don't give two shits about Robin Dixon at all. But it speaks more to Nene and her irrelevance and the fact that no matter if y'all bring her back or not, it's not going to salvage that travesty of a show. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do. I know Carlos asked her about. I asked her about him. Oh, I said him, dear God. But she should have said, "Listen, I have no thoughts on Robin Dixon. Let's talk about something else." And see what a good interviewer does. Here's what I know. And I've done a lot of interviews. What a good interviewer does is, I'm sorry, in a good interviewee, not interviewer, a good interviewee does is you steer the interviewer's questions and conversations. But when you have to delve into questions involving Robin Dixon, you're waning in terms of trying to keep people, trying to keep people's attention and stuff like that. There's a whole lot of places you can go. When you start to ask questions about Robin Dixon, that means either you have poor skills by the interviewer, or the line of answers being given by the interviewee are so bad that you just pulling and reaching at anything. Oh, we know Robin Dixon is starless. So listen, so Jeff, you could come in here and windmill for Nene all you want to. It ain't gonna get her back on the show. It ain't gonna get her back on no show. Doesn't seem like it. I don't know. I mean, people go around here screaming Nene leaks. Like, baby, listen, sweetheart, love bug, doll baby. We don't give a shit about Nene leaks. We actually don't give a shit. Listen, the show was waning when she was on there. The show was waning even when she was on there. I'm just saying. Anyway, bring Nene back. The show no good. The show's no good. It's undercooked and poorly. It is. It's all of that. But I don't think Nene by herself. Nene by herself is not going to save that show, Xavier. You need Nene and some other people. But if you just throw Nene in here with the rest of these people, it's not going to work. And if you're really asking me, I think Nene has already peaked and plateaued. She's on the decline. Find the next person. Just like, whenever it started, when was that? Back in 20, whatever year that was, it started 2008 or whatever that was. She was on the rise. She peaked, but now she's on the decline. Is somebody else out there that they can find that will take the show to another level? But I'm telling you, it ain't Nene. Mm. I'm just saying. But Robin ain't thinking about y'all. Robin say her husband or her roommate or her gay lover, whatever you want to call Juan Dixon to her. Um she says she not worried about y'all because Juan just got the case just got dismissed from the case, and so he don't have no more legal troubles. So she ain't got nothing to worry about. She's living the life of Riley. Her and Juan and the two cheering. What's the little boy's name? I can't even remember the little boy's name. Um, Jeroboam and Rehoboam, Hezekiah and Jedediah. What's the little boy's name? Um, Elijah, Elisha. I can't think of the little boys. What's the two little boys' names? Ketchup and mustard. I can't think of the little boys' names. Child, girl, like she's 720p in a 4K world. Is it Sean and Corey? Oh, okay, Sean and Corey. Okay, I said Jeroboam and Rehoboam, Hezekiah and Jedediah. Listen, I don't know the boys. Hey, oh man, she named Sean Corey Carter. I'm sorry, named after Sean Corey Carter. Okay, I believe you. I don't know this. I don't know them little boys' names. But Robin, Robin, you would have did better just not responding, Robin. Because by you responding, it forces us to now have to look at your face. It forces us to have to remember how much we loathe seeing you, how much we loathe hearing about you, how much we have to remember the failed hairdos that you got every season. We loathe how you try to explain away that your husband is gallivanting and globe trotting around the world with Beelzebub, Michael Darby doing only God knows what, playing, hide the peen in the booty shoot. I'm just saying, the more you respond, the more we have to think about you, and we don't want to. Shouldn't you be somewhat comforted, Giselle? She probably in laying in the bed in a fetal position. I mean, my thoughts and prayers and condolences to her and her family. I know her dad died. She was close to her daddy, so she probably somewhere crying and stuff like that in a fetal position. And I don't want to be insensitive because that is, when you lose a parent, that's a life altering situation. So our hearts go out, I guess, to Giselle, as horrible of a person as she is, because she is a horrible and deplorable individual. She's a vile and utterly disgusting individual. But even vile and utterly disgusting individuals like Giselle, I guess I'm not supposed to want to be okay with her dad dying. So I guess we'll give thoughts and prayers to her. But Giselle is vile. She's fucking vile. Mm, mm, mm. You said Juan ain't got no job. You better be gallivanting with that bad. Mm. Moving on. I've been on here way too long. I'm supposed to be off here by 6:30, and it's already. I got some stuff to do tonight. We ain't even got to our top stories, God. So, according to the Jasmine brand, Tiffany Haddish's former friend has filed a $1 million lawsuit against her and comedian Aries Spears over extortion allegations. Tiffany Haddish can't Can't get a win. Yeah, her dad died. Jason, I think he died either yesterday or day before yesterday. He died recently. Like he just died. I'm just saying. Um, Let me read this from the Jasmine brand. Tiffany Haddish's ex-friend Teresa Morris is legally facing off against the actress once again, this time over extortion claims and a defamation lawsuit. The latest lawsuit comes roughly 1 year after Morris's adult children sued Haddish and Spears for allegedly grooming them when they were minors to perform in film, record, publish, and distribute sexually inappropriate material. Morris's children claimed they were used by the comedians in inappropriate skits as minors. The lawsuit accused the comedians of sexual abuse. In one of the skits, Morris's daughter said Tiffany had, well, we went over that last year. Let's get to this lawsuit. Um, Haddish and Spears called the lawsuit a shakedown and denied all allegations. That's about last year's lawsuit. I don't care about last year's lawsuit. Let's get to this one. Now, in her new lawsuit, Morris has accused the comedians of making defamatory comments about her by claiming she attempted to extort them. She said the comedians, via their reps, made slanderous statements about her character, integrity, morals, and ethical values. In addition, Morris and Aries called her, Morris said Aries called her a lying bitch. Morris claimed that her name and reputation have been dragged through the mud on blogs and in the media. She said she was described as a cunning, conniving, deceitful ex friend. In the suit, Teresa Morris said she contacted Tiffany and Aries' attorney in February of 2023, asking them to release a statement clearing her from the extortion claims. According to Morris, the Girls Trip star allegedly called her on March 7th, 2023, and told her, quote, the media isn't talking about it right now. I have 4 movies coming out this year, and I am going to be doing a lot of press. If it comes up, I'll be sure to mention it. End quote. However, Morris said that a reporter who had recently done an interview with Tiffany reached out to her and informed her that Haddish made negative comments about her. In addition, Morris noted the entire ordeal has caused her to suffer personally, academically, professionally, and financially. It has harmed her reputation and caused her to suffer from anxiety. She is suing both Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears for $1 million. Listen, first of all, let me deal with Tiffany Haddish. When this whole shit went down last year, Tiffany Haddish, I said she needs to go away for about 3+ years. Just go away, get off the grid. We don't need to see you in no movies. We don't need to see you doing stand up. We don't need to see you doing a goddamn thing. Go the fuck away, Tiffany Haddish, and let some of this shit die down. But by you not waiting, by you just being hell bent on, I'm gonna make these moves, I'm gonna be that. This shit is never gonna die. It's never gonna die. You're always gonna be associated with these allegations against these children. Now, from what I understand of the lawsuit last year, it was the children. Well, they're grown now, but they were the ones who did the lawsuit against Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears, not the mama. I sound like the little dinosaur on that show, Dinosaurs, not the mama. But yeah, and so I guess the lady feels like she's unfairly being drugged into this because you won't go the fuck away. Listen, I don't know if the lady's gonna get any money. I think these types of cases are very hard to prove. So I can probably believe that she probably won't get any money. However, Tiffany, you need to go just sit the fuck down somewhere. Just go away. Cause now, like you told the lady on the phone, you got 4 movies coming out. You finna be all over the media, all over everywhere. And now we have to. When I see you, Tiffany Haddish, I don't think about your movies. I think about the stuff um that was in the lawsuit last year because you haven't given us enough time in between. You didn't give us enough time to kind of try to get over this, let the dust settle, see, you know, whether or not it's gonna work itself out and try to, let it die down. You didn't give a shit. You just was, hell bent on getting back into the limelight. Eh, My problem right now is more so with Tiffany Haddish. Girl, go away for a while, okay? Just go away for a while. And maybe after a few years, you can come back, and start to do some more work. But now is not the time, sweetheart. Now is not the time. Because now we got to reopen all of this stuff up. Girl, who's on her PR team? Like, who's her publicist? Who's her manager? Like, somebody should have whispered wise counsel in her ear. I just don't understand. Like, this was not a good idea. Anyway, Cardi B and the infamous mic that she threw and bust the bitch in the head with. Who is calling me? I'll call you back. Cardi B and the infamous microphone that she bust the bitch in the head with the microphone is being auctioned off, and allegedly the proceeds are going to charity. Urgh. They're going to give that money to Cardi B so she could use that for the impending lawsuit where she gonna have to pay that woman her money. Am I the only one who feels like this is one of the what they call her people body game, voting? I don't know what the fuck they call the people who stand for Cardi B. I don't even see how people who have whose dendrites are firing to the synapses in their goddamn brains can like an individual like Cardi B. She's an whatever. I ain't gonna even go down that road on dragging Cardi B. But anybody besides me feel like this is one of the members of her little group, those little, indigents that like her and are gonna auction this off and then give her the money so she could use that to for the impending lawsuit because that woman gonna get paid. You're gonna have to get back all of that. You better go get your money from Tasha K because you're gonna have to get that Tasha K money to whoever this person is because they're gonna get this money. If they smart and they know like I know, yeah, they're gonna get this money. All that money that you hassling Tasha K about, baby, keep that same energy. Don't try to go and smuggle money to offshore accounts and all of that stuff. Boo boo, darling, dear one. I want you to have the same energy you had with Tasha K about I need my money, I need my coins with this lady who you about to pay. Because you're gonna have to get that woman her money because you bust that lady in the head. And I don't know how you think that was gonna go well. I don't know. So this is according to TMZ. Cardi B's microphone turned weapon during her recent Las Vegas show is now getting tossed onto an auction block, and it's all for a good cause. The mic Cardi hurled into the crowd at Dre's nightclub actually belongs to an audio production company called The Wave in Sin City, and the owner tells us he decided to auction it off to benefit a couple of charities. Scott Fisher tells TMZ it was pretty easy to track down the mic after the show because the white tape across the bottom of it says Maine, and it still works despite Cardi chucking it into the crowd. Scott said his company provides audio support for most of the major nightclubs in Vegas, including Dre's. video, and we went through that the other day. Um, listen, Scott says the sale proceeds will be split between two charities: the Wounded Warrior Project and a local Vegas charity called Friendship Circle Las Vegas, which benefits teens and young adults with special needs. I don't believe none of it. Hey, MVN Boo, I don't believe none of it. This is going to somehow find its way to Cardi so she could use it for a good lawsuit. Child. Cardi B, I need you to keep that same energy, dear one. All just like you say, where's my money, Tasha K? I need you to have that same energy and have this woman her money when she come to collect her money. Now here's my question, y'all. Xavier, come to the front of the class. Come to the board, Xavier. You know, I gotta call one of my students to the front. Xavier, now you are my Gen Z. Xavier, come to the front. Come to the front, Xavier. Because I need your help. Come to the board. Come to the board. Come to the board, Xavier. Come to the board. Now, Xavier. Where's Xavier? But Xavier, I'm not just gonna keep calling you Xavier. Come to the board. Let me come back there. Cha. Lord. Now all of a sudden he ain't here. See what I'm saying? Got you. Anyway. My question is, don't Cardi B only got like one album? Hey D. I'm just saying, Mama only got like, if I'm not mistaken, that's why I needed Xavier to answer this question. Don't she only got like one album that came out before the pandemic? Like, I, hmm, maybe that's why she married the guy Quavo or whatever. Because he's got money coming in. Because I just want to know where this money is coming from. Now, I just don't imagine that she's still making that much money off that first album. Anybody that's an artist, especially that was her first album. Your first album, there's not an artist in history that has had a good deal on their first album, Cardi included. I just want to know. Oh, she married to Offset, not Quavo. Okay. Even with bookings and performances notwithstanding, you still, baby, you don't have the catalog to command you getting I don't need to count this woman's coins, but what I'm saying is, sweetheart, let's be clear. Your skills as a rapper are marginal at best. Baby, you only got one album. Oh, she on tour? Who's she on tour with? Because I don't know about no tour. That's why I'm asking. I don't know what's in my throat today. Not what I want to be in my throat. I hope I'm not coming down with nothing. You know, when you start to get that scratchy throat, you might be coming down with something good. I can't take it, honey. Anyway, um, I'm just trying to figure out because outside of Offset, that's probably why she accept all of the shit she accept from Offset. Because I just don't know how she's raking in money like that. Baby, you got one album. And with the music cycle nowadays, none of the Cardi B songs right now are in heavy rotation. At least from what I hear. Now I could be wrong. Does she got a new song right now that's in heavy rotation? I just want to know because I don't hear Cardi B songs in heavy rotation right now. I'm just saying. So, girl, you out here busting bitches in the head with a goddamn microphone. She finna take you to the cleaners. You can cancel all of that Tasha K money because all of that Tasha K money, if Mama works her got the right lawyers and works it out right, listen. If I was her, the lady who got hit, baby, give me 5 million. Tasha K pay you 4, I need 5. Cancel all that right on out. She has features, but you don't get that much money for features. I guess it depends. I know some people on features they get a tiny residual. Some people on features they'll just pay you up front, say, "Hey, here's your money," for being on this feature, and that's gonna be it. So no, I don't listen to none of these new people. Do you know I don't listen to none of these new people? I don't know. So the big story over the week is clearly Lizzo. Um, no puns intended. So the people are coming out of the woodwork. People all over the place. Former managers, not managers, former people on her staff. A lady that said she was on a production company for some documentary or something that she was involved with. All of them coming out and they are saying, "Yep, everything in the lawsuit, show is she show did it." I told y'all from the beginning, I believed every word because I told y'all she's a band chick. I'm I'm a band geek. I know what the fuck we do in a band. We do some of the most horrible, heinous, and insidious things you can imagine in a band. It happens if you're a child in a band. Band is good. Band is great. Band is wonderful. Band does saved a lot of people. But some of the things we do inside the band, when the doors are closed, you don't even want to know. You never know. You never hear about it. And I think Lizzo thought that this was like the band, where we do a lot of stuff, get away with a lot of stuff, and nobody ever hears about it. Nobody ever knows. Well, girl, this ain't the band, honey. Girl, these kids, and even in the band world, you can't do stuff in the band nowadays to these kids like we used to back in the day. Because these kids are not built the same. These girls are not the same as what we were when we could endure this kind of stuff. You just can't be doing everything to these people. Like they say Beyonce took her name out of whatever song. What's the song? I know where's So Jeff and Xavier. One of y'all to tell me. What's the song where Beyonce list and name all of the people? They say Beyonce left her name out the song. And she used to call her name with all of the other, female artists. Love Her Down. Yeah, they say she left her right on out. That's a good song. Girl, Beyonce said, I don't have this type of time. I can't be involved with your level brand of fuckery. No, we won't be doing that. I don't blame Beyonce. Be like, baby, I don't have this type of time. Go ahead and work that out. If you get that worked out in the sweet by, we might think about including you back in. But right now, baby, we can't do that. Oh, it's Break My Soul. Okay, Break My Soul remix. Oh, okay. I thought you were saying the song was Love Her Down. Oh, okay. So the song is Break. So she do it on You Gonna Break My Soul. I do know that song. You gonna break my soul, ho, ho. You gonna break my. Here goes so divine, dear God, so dear Lord. Here comes so. Here comes so job. You feel good about yourself, so job. He's such a troll. You are such a Beehive member, so Jeff. And all of the Beehive members are freaking trolls. Anyway, um, you still laughing at my scientific explanation of coochie busters? Listen, like we said yesterday, the cooch, the box, the snatch, and what was the last? The sugar bowl, the cooch, the box, the snatch, the sugar bowl. That's what it was yesterday. Girl, Lizzo, this I don't Lizzo, this is not good. This is not good. This is not good at all. This is not Lizzo. Lizzo, you don't fucked around and fucked up. Lizzo, you don't fucked up. That's just the longest short. There's no easier way to say it, Lizzo. Girl, you fucked up. You fucked up. You did. You fucked up. No other way to say it. Beyonce stopped mentioning your name. I'm sure that endorsement deals, baby, don't worry about going over there to that museum no more, trying to play them historic and expensive flutes. Baby, they're not gonna let you in there no more. Don't look for James Galway to be doing duets with you no more. Baby, all of that's going don't look to be trying to play your flute on the stage of the Boston with the Boston Pops and stuff like that. Baby, mm-mm. It's not looking good for you, dog, baby, because you got people outside of the plaintiffs in this case saying, "Yeah, that's kind of what happened. Yeah, I saw her do that kind of stuff. Yeah, that falls in line with what I saw. This ain't good, mama." And like I said yesterday, child Xavier, don't try that. Xavier, no, Xavier, don't try and bring your stinking ass in here now, Xavier. I was calling you to the board a few minutes ago, and you was mums the word. Now you all up in the chat, all loud and proud in the chat. When I was calling you earlier, you ain't have nothing to say. Where the hell you been, Xavier? Lord, listen, Lizzo, it is what it is. You think she'll say Lizzo's name again, child? If I was Beyonce, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. For what? It's not. Lizzo is not worth. If I'm Beyonce, listen, Lizzo, love you down, sweetheart. Go work that out. You are not worth. You are not worth all of the stain that goes along with you right now. Just like I told Tiffany Haddish, baby, go black, go silent for a while. Let this, die down. I'm glad Lizzo ain't came out and said nothing yet. I don't think that she needs to. Now, I was looking at an interview earlier today with a lawyer that said that it's very possible that Lizzo has known that this lawsuit was coming for a couple months, because in the state of California, when you file these types of lawsuits, before you can file the lawsuit, you have to get permission from a certain board in California in order to even file that lawsuit. And when you ask for permission, the person that you are alleging did certain things on the workplace has to be informed of all of the allegations ahead of time before the lawsuit is even filed. So they were saying, because it's a hostile workplace type lawsuit, that there's a very real possibility that she may have known this was coming for months. Listen, she don't went radio silent, which is a good thing, baby. Don't say nothing. You ain't got to give no remarks. Hopefully your lawyer is telling you you ain't got to say nothing, baby. We got this. Let this die down. If need be, we'll have your publicist put out a statement, and that's it. But you won't be saying nothing, because this ain't good, mama. The house is burning down. The house is burning down. Okay? The roof, the roof, the roof is on goddamn fire. Yes, you need some water, because otherwise the motherfucker is gonna burn. Burn, motherfucker, burn. So no, in the paperwork that I saw, Tracy J, Lizzo, and the dance captain was on there. Child, they said that they got the dance captain, or I don't know if it was Instagram or she was on one of the social medias, saying scriptures and doing all kinds of I love God, you don't love God, what's wrong with you, and all kinds of shit, doing prayers and shit and offering up, offering up, lamentations and uh ecclesiastical, interpretations of the Bible and stuff. So everything they said in the lawsuit about her being a religious zealot and nut came right across in that little social media post I saw with the video of her. Just a mess, just a whole mess, just a mess, just a whole mess. Somebody on Lizzo's team should have told her to go silent and turn off all her social media. Right. D, you better lay low. This is not time for you to be out in public. Somebody need to go talk to this little dance captain and tell her to put the motherfucking phone down, honey. Baby, it ain't time to be reading stuff. It ain't time for you to be posting enough. We don't need you singing, Negro spirituals and shit. We don't need you be prophesying over people and doing Bible verses and shit. We don't need you doing all kinds of Deuteronomical excerpts and shit. We don't need none of it. Sit your ass down. The roof is on fire. Girl, what are you doing? Girl. Child, I saw that they done posted the interview where she talked about what they was doing in Amsterdam with the banana. Baby, all of it's coming out. All of it. Child. I saw it, Jason. They got the interview of Lizzo laughing with the white man on the interview saying, oh, yeah, we went to all of the things. They referenced the bananas and stuff. I was like, oh. But I told y'all yesterday when I read it, I said, yeah, I believe every word. Every word. Every single one. Now, did they put some sauce on it? Probably. But by and large, what was said? Exactly, Tracy. Lizzo, you in danger, girl. Child. Girl. girl. Not exhibit number one. Jason, listen. Lizzo, this ain't looking good. I mean, speaking of Beyonce, shout out and kudos to Beyonce. Lizzo, I don't have nothing else for you, sweetheart. Baby, stay radio silent. Have your publicist and your team put out a statement, and we don't need to hear no more from you to the trial. That's it. You don't need to say a goddamn thing. Have your publicist and your team, your PR team, put out an official statement from your camp, and then radio fucking silence until the goddamn trial. You need to go grab the fucking phone from that nut job over there, the little dance team captain that's probably responsible for about 75% of this bullshit. Oh, you didn't hear about the banana that was protruding out of the cooch, the snacks, the box, the sugar bowl? And was forcing her dancers to eat the banana that was protruding out of the cooch, the box, the snatch, the sugar bowl. You ain't hear about that, 1131? We talked about it yesterday. Go watch yesterday's live. We talked all about it. The fact that we had dildos being launched, and we did a whole scientific breakdown of how exactly you get dildos to launch, not fall out, but launch projectile style out of a cooch, a snatch, a box, a sugar bowl, a banana in a pocketbook. You know what? Not Lizzo and Tiffany report to the island of misfits. I'm not doing this with y'all. In good news, y'all know I don't like Beyonce. However, I do have good Beyonce news. Kudos and shout out to Beyonce. Oh, that left a bad taste in my mouth. But I do have to give a shout out and kudos to Beyonce. Beyonce did mention O'Shea Sibley, and she gave a shout out to him at one of her performances, and I thought that was awesome. That's great of her. As you all know, we've reported here on this platform before all of the other people did, but we reported here about the death of O'Shea. I believe we reported on it with Monday. I think we reported on it on Monday. It was Monday when we reported on that. And he was voguing to Beyonce's to some Beyonce music and was fatally stabbed over the weekend. And Beyonce did do a tribute and shout out to him. Shout out to you, Beyonce. You know, I'm glad that that's good. She didn't have to do that, but I thought it was a wonderful gesture for her to do that. It shows that she's not tone deaf. It shows that she is there. Kudos to her. Now that's all you get in Beehive. Don't look for me to be doing these public service announcements and these nice things on Beyonce every day. Y'all know we have a whole checkered history with Beyonce. So take that and go with it, Beehive members. Okay? This is not open season, Xavier, for you to be flooding my chat with all this Beyonce nonsense between you and Xavier. God. But in the spirit of the O'Shea, I posted on my Instagram story. They're gonna do a vigil at the. I think they said they were doing a ball at the gas station where O'Shea lost his life to commemorate him. I already mentioned that, Tracy, that she skipped over Lizzo name. We talked about that. Where you been, Tracy? We mentioned that. No, Morgan, I have not accepted her. I just gave her kudos for doing that. But let me say this. I'm gonna get out of here after I go over this. I got an inbox from somebody who said that I was a little too harsh on. I think they said, look on my Instagram story, Xavier. I posted it on my Instagram story. I believe it's a ball, Xavier. I believe it is. But somebody inboxed me yesterday and they said that I was harsh, too harsh on the gay community in light of the O'Shea sibling death, and that I needed to lighten up because people should be able to authentically just live their lives. And I don't feel that way. I think we gotta look both ways on it. I'm always thinking about the safety and well-being of the community. I say to parents, listen, if you are a parent out there, you got a child that you either know is LGBTQ, may think that they're LGBTQ, they show signs of being LGBTQ. What I implore you to do, make your house a safe environment. Make your home a safe environment. Too many times, little gay boys or trans kids or little, lesbian girls or anybody on the LGBTQ consortium, too many times home is not a safe place. And because home is not a safe space and a safe place, and because home becomes such a violent place to them, because home is a place where they end up being subjected to oppression. Home is a place where they are subjected to ridicule, to insults, and home is not a safe space. They have to find somewhere, and if it's out in the public, if it's at the club or whatever, and I'm not saying you should do it out in the public or in the club, but they should have some solace when they walk into the doors to your home, that and in knowing that that is a safe space. If you want your child to continue to come home and live their life authentically and be alive, you need to make your home a safe space where they can unapologetically be who they are and know that they're not going to be the butt of the joke. They know that they're not going to be ridiculed. They know that they're not going to be um, penalized. They're not going to be discriminated upon. They're not going to be the have to face the brunt of bigotry and all of those things. Because what that does is that gives them a space where they can be authentically them, even if they do have to do, like I said, and some spaces where you go out in the public are not safe spaces, and that's just reality. Reality is some spaces in this country, in your city, no matter how liberal you think your city may be, some places and spaces are just not open and just not open and inviting to people in the LGBTQ community, and it's just not a safe space. And when you end up having to go home, and now home is not a safe space as well, they don't have anywhere to go. And that's a scary, scary notion right there. That's a horrible feeling that wherever you go, be it at home, be it out in the world, out in the community, a lot of these kids may not even be old enough to get in a club yet. So they don't even have the opportunity to say, well, I'm finna go to the club and have an outlet there where I can, authentically be myself. I do stories every day about schools shutting down clubs, programs, and any type of resources for kids that are LGBTQ. So now you don't have anywhere at all where you can be yourself. You have nowhere at all where you can authentically live and just be yourself. So I implore parents, loved ones, family members, guardians, whomever you are, make your home a safe space for the kids that are LGBTQ, because we're losing every day. We hear another story of another place that we thought was a safe space that we're losing. We're losing safe spaces. And what happens is, unfortunately, when they stop having safe places, and when your whole life and your whole world stems around people being the brunt of bigotry, discrimination, oppression, ridicule, people want to check out and say, "Yeah, I can't do this no more." And that's the long and short of it. So what I hope that when we start to hear cases like O'Shea Sibley, um, what I hope is that more and more parents will say, you know what, and loved ones and so forth will say, let me open up and make sure my home is a safe space so that my loved one, my child, my family member, my whatever knows that this is a place where they can come and be authentically them and not have to worry about that. That is my hope and prayer for all of this. So for that individual that said that I was harsh, sometimes you have to be harsh. The reality is, like I said, everywhere is not a safe space. And sometimes, unfortunately, we have to know how to navigate in both safe and unsafe spaces. That's the life. You got to know how to navigate. Back in the day, they had the Green Book. We learned about the Green Book. Many people, I didn't, but a lot of people learned about the Green Book from Lovecraft Country, where there was this book that would show you all of the places in America where Black people could go, and they know this was a safe place to go, no matter where you were across the country. We don't have anything like that for us as LGBTQ plus people. However, You have to still know how to navigate between safe spaces and unsafe spaces. And like I said, the number of safe spaces are quickly closing and dwindling. And what I mean by making it a safe space too, you got to check people when they come in your house and say and make snide comments like, "Oh, that's gay." And your immediate response, "Don't come in my house with that bullshit. Get the fuck out my house with that." That should be your immediate response. Nah, you need to toughen up. Nah, don't do that gay shit. Mm-mm, not in my house. Not in this house. You go home. You can go home with that. Not in this house. Even if they have to ask you, "Hey, you let your son do that? You let your daughter wear that? You think your son gonna turn out gay?" Why does that matter? Why are you even asking me about get the fuck out of my house with this bullshit? That's how it should be. Otherwise, as spaces and safe places begin to shut down more and more, we're going to end up having more and more people deciding that they're going to check out. And that's a sobering concept. So I hate that. I don't want to end on a Debbie Downer, but I did want to say that because somebody did write that in my inbox and say that I was a little too harsh on the community. And I'm always here advocating for my community. Am I not? Do I not advocate for my community? Do I not? Let me ask y'all in the chat. Am I not an advocate for my own community? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I would like to believe that I my platform is a place where I do all I can to advocate for my community. This is a place where I'm always here fighting for my community, be it the black community, be it the gay community, be it the LGBTQ plus community, be it the community of educators. I am over here windmilling and advocating for my community. I am always here fighting for the community. We do the Lord's work over here. We put out information before mainstream media puts it out. A lot of stories we do over here that affect our community, you never hear on mainstream media. You never hear on mainstream media. And I just want to make sure that for the individual, and I know they're watching, that feels that way, that this is always a safe space. I'm here for my um, community, and sometimes that means that I have to, we have to have strong words for we have to hold the community accountable too, and sometimes have strong words and strong language as well. It's not always comfortable. I'm just saying. Anyway, put some shondos in the chat before we get out of here. Before we get out of here, I got some things to do. I was supposed to be off here an hour ago. I said I was only going to do an hour. I get what you're saying, but all too often other people will full stop their lives they will to focus on LGBTQ plus lives. They will. They absolutely will. They absolutely will. So Sandra Bland. Yes, we speak her name. Sandra Bland. Too many people lost their lives for no damn reason. Anyway, I guess I got to be back tomorrow, huh? I told y'all I committed to y'all this week. Have y'all been enjoying me coming I've been live every day this week. Be live again tomorrow. I know Really B is out. We haven't had tribe meetings, so I've been coming live every day to make sure y'all got somewhere to cuss, fuss, kick, scream, fuss, fight, and kick around stuff. We've been here every day having a good time. Have you not been entertained? Have you not had a good time this week since we've been here every day this week? Me being the substitute teacher, Lord. So that means Silly Saturday is going to be a mashup of Sexy Sunday. Listen, little baby. I don't think the people are prepared for Sexy Sunday like we used to do Sexy Sunday. They're not ready. They are not ready. So, um, but yeah, so we're gonna do everything we can to be more consistent. Y'all seem to like going every day. I be tired, but I'm here for y'all. I am here for y'all. Anyway, before we get out of here, all of the ways to contact me is up here. If you want to send me another response in a DM or email, I'm always here for your or in the comment section. I'm always here for your feedback, both positive and negative. I don't need just positive comments. I'll do positive and if you want to be critical of the platform, you can do that. If you want to contribute to the platform, you can do that here as well, always, because I'm always here. Like I said, I always try to give y'all stuff, at least one or two things that are informational and stories that you need to know for the betterment of us as a people, because the mainstream media is doing us a disservice. A lot. I got a story that I want to that I'm unpacking right now. I put it in the members only chat, but I do have a story that I'm unpacking out of Colorado, where a lot of people thought that some of the government entities that try to infiltrate black entities stopped back in the days of the 70s. No, it's still going on some 50 years later. So I'm unpacking that, and we'll do an expose on that. The FBI and all the horrible things that they're doing to black organizations. Anyway, little baby says she's gonna start holding Sexy Sunday training starting tomorrow at 9 a.m. sharp. You'll be prepared by then. Listen, the people, the Sexy Sunday is not for the faint of heart. They are not for the faint of heart. I think all the Sexy Sundays are members only. Members only. All of the Sexy Sundays are under members only. So if you go back, you can look at all of the Sexy Sundays. They're definitely members only now. Yeah, the K9 cop in Ohio got fired. I want to say last week. That was last week sometime, early last week. They fired him. So you ready to fly to Mars? Okay. Okay. Anyway, as I always say, I love y'all. I love on y'all. Thank you all for being vocal, present, and active. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for any and all contributions that you make to the channel. They are much obliged and much appreciated. I'm about to get out of here. Thank y'all so much for being here. Until tomorrow. Until tomorrow. Tomorrow. I love you tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow. Thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. I'm out.